What's up, guys? Welcome back to Stuck on the Screen, where we watch movies and TV shows
and never miss a scene.
We got another one for you today. We watched the movie Solo, a Star Wars story. This is Destiny's first time seeing it. I've seen it once before, and I just rewatched it so I can get a new perspective on things. But we're excited to talk about it, so let's get into it. Let's get into basically just what you thought about the movie overall first.
Overall, I feel like it was, a good movie. It came out 2018?
Something like that.
It's good graphics,
the visual effects.
Yeah.
You could tell, going into this and Rogue One and some even the newer Star Wars movies, the visual effects just get better and better. She's going into the original trilogy soon, so she'll notice a difference there. But but the visual effects were pretty good.
Yeah. It was a good storyline. They had some tricks up their sleeve. So, I'm sure there's things that I've missed.
Lando has some tricks up his sleeve.
Literally.
The good thing for her, I love Harrison Ford. Obviously, he's Han Solo to me. But the good thing for her, she's never seen Harrison Ford's portrayal of Han Solo. She gets a fresh perspective on this, and she doesn't judge it. The rest of us Star Wars fans judge it. I really liked Lando Calrissian. I love Donald Glover, and I was happy to see him play younger Lando. He actually plays the character really well. Like, you'll see in the future movies in the original trilogy, but he plays him well. Obviously, I love Chewie, and I'm very happy. Like, Chewie was perfect in this movie, and Chewie's perfect in the next few movies. I love Chewie character. Things I am sad about is the fact that Rio or something, whatever, the four-legged or the four-armed
Rio
guy, that he died so quickly, because he was like comedic, and I think he would have been good to keep in the movie. I didn't care for the girl. What's his name's girl?
Val.
Yeah, I didn't care for Val much. So there's a few action sequences in this movie that, actually there was action spread throughout the whole thing, but it starts with him escaping from the planet. I forget what it's called. Do you know what it's called?
Corellia or something.
Yeah,
like
Corellia. So it starts with that. What was going on in your head during that time?
I felt like something was gonna happen. I was like, either she's gonna die or he's gonna die. When he gave her his dice, I was like, something's gonna happen. Either one of them is gonna die or something's gonna happen. I didn't expect it to be her though.
Yeah, and then that Imperial officer was shady too, the one in the booth.
Yeah.
Just give it to me and then I'll open the gate. But you can't really trust them. She didn't sound trustworthy, and obviously she wasn't.
Another part too, when he went up to the booth to become a pilot, and he was like, "What's your name?" And he was like, "Han." And then he was like, "Who are you with?" Or he's like, "Nobody, I'm just by myself." And then he was like, "Han Solo." And I was like, "Oh my god."
That's funny. What'd you think about him meeting Chewbacca for the first time? You knew who Chewbacca was, obviously, right?
I knew who Chewbacca was, yeah. And for some reason, I just had a feeling that it was gonna be Chewbacca.
When he got thrown down there?
Yeah, when he got thrown down there, I was just like, oh, that's gonna be Chewbacca. And never mind. I told Tony, and he was like, how do you know that's Chewbacca? He hasn't said his name. But
you know certain characters. You know Darth Vader, you know Chewbacca, you know Yoda.
Yeah.
Going into it
I don't
without
the
watching
main
Star Wars,
characters, yeah. Because it's around, you see it, but you don't know the storyline of it.
And I think people really like the introduction of Chewbacca in this movie. Just because, you see, they never showed how he was introduced to Han. So it was nice to see that. And then, obviously, Han speaks freaking...
Yeah, that was funny.
Speaks Wookiee, of course.
He's like, I know a little bit.
But does that mean, Chewbacca was down there, killing people?
That's also, I was like, dang, they're like, I haven't fed him in 3 days. This should be good. Yeah. And I was like, he eats people?
I guess you got to do that when you're starving, and that's all you get.
Yeah, that's true.
And then when Han and freaking Chewie were running away, and they were split by the chain, Chewie was just dragging him across.
Yeah, he did. That was funny.
And then did you see Chewie was pissed off when Han took him to the ship and it was flying away? And they thought it wasn't going to come back, and Chewie was all pissed.
Yeah, and then he's like, see, good people. That was funny too.
I don't know how Han would trust those people if they just turned him in, just right after. I guess that's the life of an outlaw. You just gotta
That's true.
choose your outlaw friends, whether they be bad and turn on you like they did later in the movie.
Yeah.
Or they become your best friend like Chewie and Han.
There was a lot of like ups and downs in this movie. I was like, oh my gosh, and then I was like, ugh. And then
it's because like there were so many people playing both sides.
Yeah, that's true. You can't trust no one.
I really like the troopers who had the magnet boots. That was cool because I've never seen that in the Star Wars universe before this. So that was cool. They were able to stay on the train when it's like flipping and turning.
Yeah, when the train was like turning, I was like, dang, that's cool.
Yeah. I didn't care for the death of Vel much. Like, they didn't have much character building for me to care for her at all. Obviously, Beckett did, but...
I mean, I kind of felt like, oof, because, like, I don't know, it's a love story when one of the other person dies, you know.
But he moved on quickly, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, he was mad for a second. Rio gets shot as well. He gets hit in the shoulder by someone who invaded his ship.
Yeah.
And then he was like, Vel was right. You shouldn't die alone or something like that.
Yeah, that part was sad. And then he dies. With Han right next to him. He didn't die alone. But he died.
And then the coaxium, they're trying to escape with it, and both of them are trying to go separate ways. And the stuff just blows up. And it was all for nothing.
That was my initial reaction. Like, as soon as it, like, blew up and, like, Han flew away, I was like, that was literally for nothing. Like, I was so upset.
Yeah. So we get into the introduction of Dryden. What did you think of his face?
At first, like, I was, like, looking at his face, and I was like, what the heck? Like, I wondered how he got, like, all those scars. And then I realized that he played Doctor Strange, so I was like, that's the...
Vision.
Oh, not Doctor Strange, Vision.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you had me confused for a
sorry.
second. I was like,
face.
Doctor Strange.
I seen your face. I mean, Vision is the guy who played Vision. Yeah. Like, a lot of the ties to Marvel is great. Like, not ties, but, like, the actors and actresses, to see them in different, like, characters, like that, it's crazy.
And then we get into the introduction of the Lando character when they're they need a ship, and the fast ship. Mm-hmm. And Han goes over there and acts like he owns a VX-100 or something like that. And starts playing, I forget what the game was with Han, but Han was very confident going in, thinking he could win. And he was like reading the cards. He knew there was no more of those cards, but somehow freaking Lando pulled it out.
I had a feeling.
Under his sleeve, yeah. What'd you think of the Lando character?
At first I thought he was just like this gambler, like, I don't know, the way that Kira was like describing him also, I was like, didn't know what to expect, because she was like this gorgeous, well, like, dressed, I don't know what she was saying about him, but when I seen him, I was like, what the heck?
I freaking love Lando, man. You knew that was Donald Glover, obviously, right?
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Donald Glover is? You know who Childish Gambino is?
No.
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
What?
Childish Gambino's a rapper.
Okay, I know his name, but I don't know who he is.
He's a rapper. He's also an actor, and he's also a comedian, and he's so many things. Donald Glover, he's a funny guy. I love Donald Glover. He's the one that sings Redbone. You know the too late. I wake up feeling like.
He sings that song?
Yeah.
What the heck?
I really like L3.
Yeah.
I'm sad that she died.
Yeah.
Because her and Lando's connection, I understand, because obviously she wasn't in the later movies. So it's a character they just want to introduce to this movie. But I think their connection was really nice, and it would have been nice to see them play out in future movies and stuff like that. It's cool that she's part of the ship now.
She's part of Falcon,
yeah. But also weird because now it's Han's ship.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It's kind of messed up that he took it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like L3. And
L3 was really funny. I like the character.
They escape with the coaxium. They got it, and they're all stressed out during that flight. What were you thinking?
I was stressed out.
There was so much going on.
Yeah, there was so much, like, so many things that could have went wrong, and like, I I couldn't predict what was gonna happen. I didn't know if they were gonna explode because of the coaxium, or if they were gonna get.
When they were flying up to the Imperial fighter, and then they let the TIE fighters out.
Yeah.
He's like, they're no. I used to work for them. They're not gonna let the TIE fighters out. But they go off into the Mar. Is it Mar?
Oh yeah.
What were you thinking about that creature?
Like initially, like when their ship like shut down, and then like the lights turned back on, and then it just was like the eyeball.
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck? Like, it scared me because, like, and then you see all the other different little eyeballs, and I was like, oh no, this ain't gonna end good.
That's a crazy creature to just be floating around in space.
Yeah, for real. He was like, that's a living thing. That is not the mall.
when they put the coaxium into their engine, and they freaking fly off.
Oh my god!
And the thing just shuts off.
I was like, that's it.
My heart stopped for a second.
Literally, there were so many parts that were like, this is it, and then it was like, they took off. And then, like, there was just so many little things. I was like, my anxiety was too much.
And then they did the scene from the beginning again where he turns it sideways.
Oh, my God. He redeemed himself.
The girl was worried again. She's
Kira.
like, we failed last time. So they end up getting to the island where they can cool down the coaxium. And while they're there, the
Enfys Nest
show up, yeah. And what were you thinking? Like, did you think it was just going to be a showdown? And
yeah, I did. Initially, I did, yeah.
When he was like, oh, we have 30 armed men on that ship down there, Lando just takes off.
Yeah, initially I thought, oh, okay, this isn't going to end well. Like, they're just going to fight and somebody's going to leave with the coaxium or somebody's going to die.
Yeah.
One of these main characters is going to die right now.
Like, from my first viewing, I forgot that the Enfys Nest woman was a girl at all, because I just expected her to be a guy.
Yeah, because she has that voice changing.
But thing. Also, I didn't expect them to be the good guys in this situation.
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
I didn't expect it to take that turn. At first I was like, okay, this actually makes sense. Mm-hmm. Like, Kira, and then when Kira like tries to hide her symbol on her wrist,
yeah,
I was like, something, like, from the beginning when like they reintroduced her, I was like, something's wrong, like something's different. So like, I don't know, I didn't trust her, and it was like making sense, and I knew that Han was gonna side with Enfys Nest, and I just didn't know how.
Han's the good guy.
Yeah.
But we get into Beckett leaving. And Han's like trying to convince him to stay, but Beckett's like, no, find me on Tatooine if you survive this or whatever like that. And then we get into the backstabbing of it all, like so much flipping sides and everything like that. They take the actual coaxium in there. And,
I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be the actual coaxium.
So you think Han's working with Kira, and then they both get turned on by Beckett, who then comes in when, what's the name? Dryden.
Dryden.
Yeah, Dryden's like, oh, they already told me. Your informants already told me or whatever. So Beckett comes in. What were you thinking during this whole situation?
I was confused. Like, so confused. Because I was like, at first I thought Kira was the one who was like, backstabbing Han. Like, I guess it's just what you assume. And then, like, when he was like, oh, my friend, when he told him that Beckett died, saving his life, and he was like, how do you feel? Like, how are you okay? Like, I don't know, it was just like, I was so confused when the whole thing was happening, because I was like, I don't know, like, is it gonna be Beckett? Is it gonna be Kira? Like, is it gonna be Chewbacca? I don't
know. But yeah, Beckett comes out, and then he tells him it's the actual coaxium there. And why does Beckett change sides again?
Because he realizes that where they had the coaxium with Enfys Nest, where they had it, failed. So, like, and all of his armed people were there. Yeah, the Imperial troopers, or the Crimson Dawn people were all there. So Enfys Nest took them out, and he was like, okay. But what was he planning on doing? Because he was just going to escape with the coaxium and Chewbacca. Like, I wonder where he was planning on going, because he wasn't giving it to either side at that point. Maybe he was just going to sell it. Yeah, but I mean, that's what his goal was. We get into... yeah, I guess so. He was trying to make money. We get into Kira actually killing Dryden. It's so much, again, because you think she's
gonna attack Han, and then she's like,
yeah. And then she plays and she gets Dryden.
yeah.
When I was watching it, I didn't know. Like, yeah, she killed him, and then she was like, okay, well, we're gonna get that ship and we're gonna get out of here.
I'm gonna collect the money or
yeah.
whatever.
She, like, was looking at the gems and all that stuff. I knew she wasn't gonna follow him out.
Yeah, like, you could tell right away. As soon as the doors close, her facial expression changes and everything like that.
And then she gets his ring.
I'm so happy that we saw Maul.
Oh my gosh.
She starts talking to Maul, what was going on in your head?
When she, like, pulled up the hologram, and then, like, I heard his voice, and then, like, he took off his hood, I gasped so loud. Like, I was so shook.
Yeah.
Like, and now she's working with him, so it kind of made me think, like, how she's gonna play out in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're definitely setting up a lot for the future. It just sucks, though, because a lot of people didn't like this movie, so hopefully they actually make a second one or a continued story, because I actually like it and I love Maul and I want to see more of him. But it'd be dumb also to set up Kira like that. She just leaves and for her not to do anything in the future.
I hope she comes, like, I mean, I don't know, I haven't seen the other one, so I'm hoping there's some end to that story.
So yeah, once Han goes to Beckett's like, well, let me teach you one more lesson. Han just shoots him right away.
Oh my gosh. I wanted to hear what he was going to say.
I know.
Yeah.
Me too. But then they see Kira just fly off in the ship after she talks to Maul, and Maul says, you got to come to Dathomir and like meet with me. Basically, you're going to be working more close with me. But she flies off, and I wonder what's going on through Han's head at that moment.
Yeah. It made me think, like, did she do all that? Like, was she so twisted to where she, like, planned it all so she can have power?
It could be, yeah. So maybe she was trying to overturn Dryden the whole time. Who knows?
I don't know. And then I want to know how she got there.
Yeah, they never got into that.
They just said she's done a lot that you don't know, and, like, I want to know what that lot is, you know?
Mm-hmm. Oh, so MP's Nest gives Han the little crystal.
Oh, the coaxium.
It's a little piece of the coaxium? Okay.
Yeah.
And then Han takes that to go gamble with Lando again for his ship. Han really wants the ship.
Yeah.
Did you recognize the Millennium Falcon at all? Like,
it did, yeah, because they have it at Disneyland. That's the only reason I knew it. I seen it at Disneyland.
Yeah, Millennium Falcon's a big part of Star Wars. And it's gonna be in the next 6 movies, so get used to it.
Yeah, that's the only reason I knew what, like, it looked familiar, because they had it at Disneyland.
Also, another big moment in this movie is when Han and Chewie first sit in the Falcon together, as pilot and co-pilot. What were you thinking during that scene? Sorry to go back to it, but when Chewie knows how to configure all the...
And then he was like, I'm 190 years old, and he's like, you look great. I mean, I'm excited to learn the backstory of, like, Chewbacca and Han, like, all the big characters that I know of, and to, like, know how they play out in the movies.
You're gonna like the original trilogy. Like, the characters in it are really cool. The visual effects might not be there, but the storyline and the characters are really cool. So I'm excited for you to watch that. Han hugs Lando, and then he takes his card.
But how he knew he had that on his wrist.
Yeah, I mean, he knew he cheated from the first one.
Yeah, he knew he cheated, but, like, when I seen it, like, the first time, I was like, oh, he's a cheater. And then I just didn't realize that Han knew that he had that.
Yeah.
So.
Han's a card counter, apparently.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the people that go gambling and then they count the cards, and people call that cheating, but...
That's not really cheating, and I don't think it is. But to physically have cards, and then when you're gonna lose and just be able to pull out a card, that's cheating.
Freaking Lando was right there trying to feel his card underneath the table. Something wrong?
You missing something there?
Yeah. But they escape, or they win the Millennium Falcon. They put the dice on.
When I seen the dice on it, I was like, that's his. That's his. That's it.
And that's the end of the movie. Overall, I give it 8.5 out of 10. I like the storyline. I like the introduction of characters. Obviously, the portrayal of some characters could have been a little bit better, but I think it was a good movie overall, and I want more. So hopefully Star Wars makes more, and we get to see the storyline play out.
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, I'd probably rate it the same. I liked the storyline and, like, the introduction to the characters, because me not ever seeing it, I didn't know anything about them, so I feel like it gave enough to where like you can have an opinion on them and like what you feel is going to happen. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of liked the trilogy that we watched before a little better, only because it gave more information. I'm just the way it sets you up.
It's like there's more already.
Yeah, like it makes you want to keep watching it, which I guess is the initial plan because they want you to watch them. But I'm glad I'm watching them while they're all out and not.
She gets to watch the original timeline.
Yeah.
Also, she needs to watch the Clone Wars episodes with Maul coming back and everything like that. She knows Maul came back.
Yeah.
But she needs to see how Maul came back. So it's gonna come
so
soon.
much.
But anyways, guys, we appreciate you checking it out. Make sure you check out the Team Snack Pack Tuesday upload and check out any other video on Stuck on the Screen, and we'll catch you guys next time. See you.